So I was gonna release 2 videos this week like I usually do when there's a live stream development update, but Intrepid decided to push the live stream back due to Memorial Day. Now imagine caring about your employees enough to give them a longer weekend. Boo! Yeah, you tell them Afro Q. Boo! Wouldn't be me, we're working long nights. All jokes aside, it's all good. We're in for a pretty big live stream next week. Honestly, and debatably, probably the biggest one of the year so far, with the Cyclops raid showing. So, let's talk about what I want to see. Seeing how a party is going to be dealing with the raid boss is super important for us because we haven't seen something like this since Alpha 1. People are going to want to see that it can work properly, looks good, and is ready for Alpha 2. I take it the party will consist of the mage, tank, cleric, ranger, and fighter. Since we haven't seen the rogue, summoner, or bard yet, I imagine if they're gonna go into the raid with the full party, we'll probably get another cleric, mage, or something along those lines so they can hit that 8-player party size. We'll still be in the Riverlands, which isn't a big surprise, but I'm sure we'll be in an area we haven't seen yet. At this point, I truly don't think we're getting anything besides the Riverlands, unless it's something special or literally them showing off other areas. I mean, it makes sense on their part because that's part of where Alpha 2 is going to be, but the consumer in me wants more. During the Cleric Showcase, we got to see how synergies work in real time. So I really want to see more of that, especially with the raid boss. This is the first time that we'll be seeing all the classes together that have been revealed so far. So I'm 100% sure there has to be some really cool synergy movesets in store for us. They tweeted out that they're planning for a multi-party raid, which is super exciting. Now personally, I know we all want these showings to be scripted out well, and I agree, but this is a case where I want to see the entire group wipe at least once. How does that look for the entire group once that happens? What does respawning look like for the group? What animations does the boss do after destroying your entire team? I want to see all the small stuff like that. It's interesting to me. Now, I'm gassed for the live stream either way, but what I truly just want to see is one thing, and this one thing could have an entire segment of its own. We know that 80% of dungeons and raids are open world, and the other 20% is instance. If they aren't focusing on the instance part of the raid, is it possible that we can see another party attack the players who are already fighting in the raid? This is probably a long shot because I'm sure they'll want this polished before releasing something like this, but since Ashes of Creation is very big on PvP, it'd be nice to start seeing that PvP system in action as we get ready for Alpha 2. I do think though, that if they were to showcase something like that, it could possibly overtake the entire live stream and would then be the focus instead of the Cyclops. Even if it's 2 players getting into a squabble, I want to see some PvP. You know those memes where it's like, everybody wants to kill Cyclops, but nobody ever asks about Cyclops. I want to know everything we can about this dude. Give me all of his attacks, all of his phases, his animations, what loot is he dropping, what can I use that loot to make? I want to know everything. I think that this would be some really good content to see as well for the people like me who want to get deeper into the systems. I know we'll be seeing them fighting the Cyclops, but does this mean we're not seeing any other part of the raid? Not the start, the middle, or the end? I can see them not wanting to show off the entire raid, obviously, because they want it to be a surprise, but I am curious to know how the raid looks after completion. Like I said earlier, does dude drop and we can loot his body? Can we teleport or walk out of the area? This might be the biggest update of the year so far for a lot of players because it has to do with raiding, which a lot of players partake in. Folks want everything to run smoothly. I get it. Class reveals are big, right? But raiding is up there too. People take raiding really seriously, but there are organized weekly groups for raids. You would know, you're in some. I'm looking forward to seeing the Cyclops, man. What do you want to see? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't created an Ashes of Creation account yet, feel free to use my link in the description. If you're looking for a Discord to join, feel free to hop in mine. Really chill. If you want to follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay up to date with me, where I stream the live monthly updates and some other MMOs, come on and do that. I'll holler at you guys soon. Take care.